Hey Scrappers, it's Vanessa here, and today is Hop Day with Traci Reed Designs, and it is the All is Calm hop. There's also an All is Bright hop, so be sure to check out tons of inspiration with both of the two new Traci Reed Designs collections that are released this weekend. They are also on sale, so down in the description box below is the shop, as well as Traci's YouTube channel. Be sure to go to the shop and grab these collections while they're on sale. They are awesome. You will not want to miss them. I love them both. And so yeah, you definitely want to go take advantage of the sale and get them while you can at a discounted price. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go through and build the layout that I have for my second layout using this collection. So I did do a layout share for the release day, which is on my channel, as well as a process video for the All is Bright, and then I have a layout share for the All is Bright as well. So like I said, tons of inspiration, 2 hops, lots of people playing along. You'll get lots of inspiration on how to use these 2 beautiful Christmas collections. So what I'm going to do is show you first what I'm going to do to lay out my background, and then we're going to get that put together, and then we're going to come back and finish building the rest of the page. So I'm going to show you what I am starting with and what I've printed from the actual collection. Excuse me. Excuse me, so you can see what I'm using today. And what I'm starting with is this blue, sort of a gray blue pattern, not pattern paper, cardstock. And then I had already created this background for another layout that I ended up not using this background for. So basically all I did was I took some Rustic Wilderness Distress Oxide and I put it through a star stencil, and then I took some gold Heidi Swap Color Shine and just splattered some gold mist on my background. So that is going to act as the background of this page. And I will say the Distressed Oxide Rustic Wilderness is a great green for this collection. I haven't gone through the rest of the Distressed Oxides to see what are the best matches, but I can definitely tell you that green is a great one for this. If I get a chance and I can sort of swatch out the others and see, I think Tattered Rose would be a great one for this collection as well. But yeah, I will, if I get a chance and I can do that, I will definitely insert into one of my videos which ones go the best. I'll try to do that for a lot of her collections as I go forward, because I know I use a lot of Distress Oxides, and I think a lot of people do too. So anyway, that is going to be my background, and the photo I'm working with is this one. It's of the Christmas tree. This is late at night when all the kids have gone to bed, and this is like Christmas Eve type of layout, or Christmas Eve picture with the tree and the presents. So what I'm going to use for my page, I'm going to obviously have this as my background, and then I have 3 of the pattern papers that I went ahead and cut in a, or not cut, I printed in an 8.5 by 11 size. So they come in 12 by 12, but I shrunk them down to an 8.5 by 11. So I have the plaid because, oh, Traci does the best plaids. I have this really fun sort of snowflake pattern. This is kind of like a orangey brick red color, at least that's the way it printed. I know everybody has a bit different coloring with their printers, but that's the way this one printed. It's beautiful. It's, like I said, it's got the subtle tones, which is really what this whole collection is really those subtle colors, and so I love it. And then one of the things that I love so much about this collection as well is the blues that are in it. There's this sort of gray blue that my background or my cardstock is, and then there's this other deeper blue as well. So there is plenty of color to choose from, just on a more subtle note. So I have these 3 pattern papers. What I'm going to do is they're going to kind of layer up down here at the bottom of the page. So I'm probably going to cut maybe 4-inch strips, maybe a little bit smaller, but they're going to layer up like this. So you're only going to see a little pop of each one. The blue is going to sort of be there because I'm going to stagger them, because obviously they don't match the full 8.5 by 11, or the full, this is about 11 3/4 is what my background white cardstock is, and so they don't completely span that, so that's why I'm going to stagger them. So I'm probably going to put this plaid in the middle, and then these other two patterns will be sort of over to each side to fill out the bottom of the page and make it meet the ends of the white cardstock. Excuse me. I apologize. I swear I have something caught in my throat. So the blue is probably going to be the one you see the most, because obviously it's going to be on top. But I'm going to layer these up here, and I'm not going to completely adhere them so that I can actually slide things in here. So they'll be adhered toward the bottom of each of the patterns, but I want to be able to tuck things in here, and so I wanted to make sure that I didn't glue them completely down flat. So that is my plan there. I haven't decided if I am going to punch or do any sort of decorative edge on the pattern papers, so you'll see when I come back with it ready for the next step whether or not I decided to punch the patterns. And then once I have that done, I have 2 of the 4x6 patterned paper cards that also come in the collection, and I'm going to use these in particular to mat my photo. So I'm going to use this pink, I believe, to mat my photo, and like I said, this is going to be tucked in there. And then I have, this is one of the 3x4 excuse me, little pocket cards, and I'm actually going to take this and mat it with this polka dotted pattern paper here. So I'm going to mat that up, and then that is going to tuck in right here. So it's going to go something like this. Kind of thinking this through as I am showing you on the page. But I think it's going to be tucked in somewhere in there. I know my photo is going to be tucked in further, the furthest one down. And then once I have that in place, it's just a matter of, I have a whole bunch of ephemera and a few other not part of the collection, just some other things like some wood veneer, just to add some texture to the page. I have some sequins that I may or may not use, and some enamel dots. So we'll see where these embellishments end up coming into play. But essentially my background is going to start out like this, and then we are going to come back and put the rest of the layout together. Okay, I have my background built now. My photo is matted, my 3x4 card is matted, and I did go ahead and use a punch, just something a little bit subtle. It's this one here. I have no idea, it's super old, I have no idea what it's called, but I did go ahead and use that. It just gives a little bit of a different texture or bit of interest, and so it's not just that flat piece of pattern paper straight edge. So I've gone ahead and tucked those pieces. Now I have my embellishments here to the side, and I kind of put them into piles while I was trying to decide what I want to do. And I have this line of trees that I decided is not going to be part of any particular embellishment cluster. I think I'm just going to put it down here. I kind of like how this looks down here at the bottom of the page. I don't do journaling on camera. Sometimes I don't even do journaling, or if I do, it'll go on the back of the page. But I thought here on this one I could actually probably do some printed journaling, and this would be a great spot to put some journaling right underneath this line of trees. I probably will pop these up on some foam just to give a little dimension here at the bottom, but I'm thinking I could in fact put my journaling down here. So that's probably what I will do. You won't see that on camera, but I am thinking that that is probably where that's going to go. So my trees are going to come down here, something like this. And then once I have that in place, I'm actually, now that I'm looking at this, and this might make me crazy, I feel like there's too much open space here at the bottom, so you'll have to see if I change this when you see the photos at the end, because I'm not going to do it on camera. But I am actually thinking about taking these patterns and actually moving them down. I feel like there's too much open space here. but I'm going to build the rest of the layout, and then you can see if I actually go ahead and do that off camera, because ripping all this up is not going to be fun. So we'll see if I actually go ahead and do that. I don't know if I'll take the time or not. But I'm going to build my embellishment clusters. Each of them are going to use one of the labels to sort of be the base of the cluster. And so that's what you're going to see me build here. And I'm just going to go ahead and build out these embellishment clusters using mostly the trees are sort of my plan is to use the trees just because they are, I have this little flare button as well, so I thought that kind of worked out good. And put that down here. I have this little piece of twine that I am going to put in the center of that little tag piece. So I'm going to put this snowflake up here, and then my title is going to be All Is Calm, which is the name of the collection, obviously. So I'm going to go ahead and use that for my title. I thought it was great to use the actual words that are from the collection. That worked out perfectly. And I'm going to build a cluster up here, and this is where my title is going to go. So I just have some Christmas trees here, again playing off that Christmas tree theme. Since my photo is a Christmas tree, I thought they were the perfect embellishment to use for this page. So I'm just going to go ahead and get these sort of laid out. I am also going to bring in one of the word strips, which was Home for the Holidays. So all of this is going to move up just a little bit so that that can rest there on the top of the photo. So Home for the Holidays will be up there. So obviously this isn't glued down, so everything keeps moving every time I touch it, but this is going to move up just slightly. And then I have one more tree that's actually going to come over here. So, and already I can see that this is built too high up. So I can tell you for a fact, I am going to rip this off and bring it down because yeah, I feel like this is too high. And then my embellishment cluster here, I want this to be the highest one. So this needs to come down. So now that I have that, I have some little wood veneer. So I'm going to add one of these tiny little cute trees to each of my embellishment clusters. I'm going to actually center these a little bit more. And then one more down here. So I have my title, I have my embellishment clusters, and then I think, which I'm going to do off camera, I am going to add, I think I'm going to go with enamel dots rather than sequins. Keep a lookout, I may add some of these as well, but I am going to add one of the hearts in each embellishment cluster as well as these enamel dots. So I have this steel blue color. I'm either going to use that or this brighter blue. I feel like the brighter blue, yeah, it definitely still works. And then I have these two sort of corally pink tones to match sort of that the pink or salmon type colors in the collection. So I'm going to use these to finish out each embellishment cluster. So I'm going to call this one done. I know this was a pretty fast page. I am going to glue this down, and like I said, I'm going to move this these pattern papers down just ever so slightly, just to again make a little bit more room at the top. And then you'll see the still photos coming up here in just a sec. Don't forget to check out the links below, see who is playing along with both hops and the All Is Calm in particular, as well as the link to the shop. Go and check out the shop and grab these collections while they are on sale. So with that, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.